Good morning, good morning. That was weird. How's everybody doing today? Uh, I started everything and all of a sudden all my streaming just stopped. So that's why these streams don't stay live on my site. How that's just so I just spent the last 6 minutes talking to myself and looking at a camera that was doing nothing and going nowhere. I don't know why that happened. Anyway, so hopefully that's better. Hopefully y'all can see me now, and hopefully it's not doing something funky or weird. But yeah, so to start off with in the news, DJI is releasing their next version of what I think, and I think everybody is assuming, is going to be the Osmo Mobile, which is their gimbal for phones. Oh, that's interesting. Hey, Journeyman. Yeah, that was weird. I did everything I normally do, start streaming, jumping in, and everything just stopped. So, okay then, moving on. So DJ is releasing a new something, but it's looks like it's going to be the Osmo Mobile 3, but it'll be foldable, which would be nice. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Gimbals for phones. Jury's out for me on those, on whether or not they're necessary or that needed. I guess if it's the only thing you're filming with, then sure. But if you're filming with other things, then it's not. I don't know. They're okay, but they take up a lot of space for what they do. They really take up a lot of space. So there's that, and then there are rumors about DJI releasing a Hasselblad clone camera, which would be very interesting because DJI bought a major share. They are the major shareholder in Hasselblad, the company. So there's rumors that they're going to release at some point a DJI branded Hasselblad camera, which will be very interesting to see what that looks like when it comes out, if it comes out. And then of course the big rumors are lately that there are photos running around the internets that DJI has been working on and getting close to releasing the next Spark 2 Mavic Air, Mavic Pro Mini sort of drone, which looks like it's about the size of a Spark or Mavic Air, but it looks more like the Mavic Pro. I think it'd probably be the Spark 2 because that's the drone that hasn't been updated. Or they're going to take the Mavic Air and the Spark or just get rid of the Spark and just make a Mavic Air kind of thing. So that looks like that's coming here pretty soon because the images got leaked. It looks interesting, looks foldable, looks small. And what I'm really excited to see what happens is Skydio, who released this amazingly intelligent drone last year, but it was also insanely expensive. It was like $2,600. Is releasing another version, the Skydio 2 or something like that, and it looks like it's much smaller form factor, much more portable and foldable, but also still has all of the AI that they have for obstacle avoidance and intelligent flight and stuff like that. And it looks like that's coming here pretty soon, which I'm really excited about. I reached out to them and asked if they, would want to send me a copy, and I'd get them some great footage from up here. I haven't heard anything back, so I'm assuming that's a no. Would be cool though, because it looks like a neat drone. From the shadows, it looks like it's more like a Mavic form factor size, which would be really awesome. So let's see. That I think that was most everything I had in the news that I'm excited about. Rumors are Sony's going to release 2 new cameras. We'll see. There are lots of rumors. I don't care that much about new cameras. Except for when Sony releases the A7 III. That's what I'm looking forward to and excited about, and hoping that it does just really blow everybody's minds, because if it can have the autofocus system that the A7 III, the A6400, the A9 has now, which is amazing, but have the low light video, 4K 60, 10-bit color 422 would be just phenomenal. Anyway, So, all of that said, I have some great drone footage that I want to show you today, and I think I've been debating about how to show this drone footage because it's the drone police would be all over it for sure. So, but I'm going to show it on this live stream, and then I may put a video together about it later. But I wanted to show you all. So I'm going to play that here in a minute, and then a couple of cool time lapses, which actually. Because I have family in town right now, we were up in Talkeetna, which is where my parents live, and we spent a night up there. And so I took my my A7 III out and time lapsed a bit. And so this is what one of the time lapses looks like. Hopefully, if that's working. Whoops. I can't see, so I can't tell. It's not working. I'm telling you, this is like... And then this is sunset, which I just narrowly missed some really, really, really good shots of the sun rays coming through the mountains and stuff. But I've been enjoying shooting time lapses with the A7 III or the A6400. It's really, 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 it's just so much fun. You can do so much more with the camera, with the photos, than you can just shooting a time lapse like on a phone, which is still great, or a GoPro. It just, you can do a lot more. And so I'll probably shoot a whole video about how to shoot time lapses, because I'm sure there's a million out there, but I've figured out a few things that makes time lapses really jump out and be really awesome. So, Brian, you wish there was motion tracking for the Sony action camera. Me too. Me too. I still really like the Sony action camera. It's such a great camera. It just, I wish they would update it. I wish they would do something to update it. A version 2 or X4000 or something like that would be incredible. But so far, no dice. So, but on that note, I tweeted out a tweet on a Twitter and about the experience of my videos going up. And one of the things that I've always been wanting to do a better job of is helping to create the experience of what these locations that I go to are like when I'm in those locations, especially when I'm around glaciers or in ice caves or things like that. And one of the big things that will do that for you is audio, because people think video is all visual, and it is visual, but that's really only half of it. Audio is at least half of the equation for a good video and how we experience the world. Even though we don't realize it, auditorily, we use audio cues to process a lot of our visual information. And so I've always been wanting to be able to create the experience that if you're wearing headphones watching these videos that are coming, that it would feel like you're physically in that location. And so there's a couple of ways you can do this. Up to now, all my videos have been basically in mono, because I've had one shotgun mic on top of the camera. And it's not bad. It's just mono is mono. You get one channel, both speakers, and you only hear, there's no directionality, no separation at all. It's just there, which is great for speech. Stuff like this is great in mono. So then I started thinking about, well, maybe I could do, my recorder's way over there, otherwise I'd grab it. It was like, maybe I could do some stereo stuff and just put a little stereo recorder on top of my camera and record stereo file of these locations, because stereo gives you separation where you're sitting in front of speakers and you can hear like stuff over here or stuff over there, and it helps, and it gives you more of an immersive experience. And of course there's surround sound, stuff like that. I don't have the ability to record surround sound, and that would be prohibitively expensive, but also very, very difficult to take where I am. So but then there's another method of recording called binaural recording, which is the way our ears are shaped, and the way sound interacts with these parts of our ears is what gives us the ability to locate or hone in on sounds, and when we can tell when a sound is, right over here as opposed to up over here or down over there, because of the way our ears are shaped and the way the sound interacts with these parts of our ears as it travels into our eardrums. So binaural recording is where you take typically a dummy head that has two sets of fake ears that are kind of fleshy and stretchy, and which is what these are, made out of silicone. And then there's a microphone deep down inside of each ear, just like your eardrum. And so then when you watch or when you listen to something that was recorded that way, you are in, and you experience 360-degree sound as if you were right in the area of wherever that head was placed when the recording happened. And so one of the things I've wanted to do is build a little binaural audio setup that I could carry with me, put on top of the camera, and record directly into the camera this 360-degree sound. And so I have the ears. I showed these last week. I have the project box now. So the ears are going to mount like this on each side of the project box. And then inside of the project box is going to be, I'll drill a couple holes through these into the project box. And then I just happen to have, by the way, this is I love this little wireless setup, is so good. Anyway, I happen to have two Countryman B3, which are just a really good all-around lapel microphones that are omnidirectional, which is what you need, that will fit inside of here. And I really like the Countryman B3 because they have a super flat frequency response all the way across the whole range. They have a very big, very wide, large pickup pattern. And so I think this next week, I'm going to build this, put it together. I'll make a video about putting it together in case anybody else wants to, because really it's like $10, $20, maybe $30 on Amazon. And then you can use any lapel mic will work. Or two. You have to have two matching types of lapel mics, but you don't have to use expensive ones. You could use a $20 or $30 ones. They just have to be omnidirectional, and you can be able to stick them in your ear. The reason I like these Countrymen is they're waterproof to a point, obviously, but they are. They will take complete immersion in water, so that makes me happy when I'm out and about. And then they're just what I happen to have. But you could use the new Rode Lapel Go, I think is what they're calling it, and or the Deity Lavalier one that they've got, lapel, or even cheaper ones. And so I'm gonna do that. I've got to develop some sort of like wind muff foam fluffy cover for these things that I've got to make somehow. And then I want to take it out into some of the ice caves that I go into, and on some of the glaciers that I go into, and record the entire video with this. So the thing is that when you sit down and when you watch these videos, and I'll give a disclaimer whenever I do these videos to make sure people know, the absolute best thing you could do is sit down with headphones on and watch the whole video with headphones, because then as the camera turns, everything you hear in that audio will be exactly where you see it. So if you hear something over here off frame, and then I turn the camera, you'll hear it off frame, and then the sound will move to the center frame as we go, and you'll be able to hear, and you'll tell the depth of a sound, like how far away the sound is from you, how close it is to you. It's going to be really, really fun. The cool thing is about this is that when you record this way, a binaural setup like this, from two channels of audio, if you have the right stuff, you can actually extrapolate a 5.1, a 7.1, and even what is it, Dolby Atmos surround sound from just to recording, because it's so, the timing and the separation, everything is so accurate for that 3D 360 immersive sound. So I'm really excited about it. I think it'll be cool because if you watch these videos with headphones that I do when I do these things, you will feel like you are physically sitting there looking at whatever I'm looking at with you. So it'll be interesting to try. I'm sure there'll be some kinks to work out, but it'll be fun. And the nice thing is that this is going to be the whole thing. It'll be small, very lightweight, easy to carry, easy to put in my backpack and have with me. And yeah, I'm excited about it. It'll be fun. So if you'd like to see a video about that, you got to let me know about how to build these things. Because yeah, it'll be interesting. So Brian, in the garage, tracking your motion would be nice. Oh yeah, it would be. I mean, to be honest, GoPro doesn't do that either. The only gimbals that really do that are the ones that use a phone. The Weeble Lab does it differently because it feeds the image through their little system. But like the DJI Ronin S or the Ronin SC, I mean, and the phone gimbals all can do tracking because it's based on your phone. It's using your phone's both your phone's video and your phone's processing power to analyze where a subject is in the video and then keep it in that frame. So it's pretty cool that way, actually. I think it's pretty awesome. So how's the weather where everybody is? I know there's a few people on the stream. Curious how the weather is where you are. It's been warm up here still, upper 70s, low 80s. And yeah, so it's been nice, but it's been hot. I'm not complaining though, because it is starting to cool down at night, which means fall is coming, and it's coming soon. Oh, so drone shots. So before we watch these, everybody needs to know I film these completely legally with as a Part 107 pilot. Me and the pilot of this airplane, Keith, were in constant radio contact. We had pre-planned all these movements. So just don't think you can go out and do this by yourself for fun. This was very carefully thought out and carefully planned and worked on beforehand. And, we spent a good amount of time working this stuff out before we actually did it, because it was a little bit scary thinking about doing it. But here are the drone videos, maybe. So we've been wanting to do this for a long time. Let me turn the music down a little bit. But we never really had the opportunity to do it where it was a really calm, nice day, and where there weren't a lot of other people around. A lot of other people being a very relative term, but this day was perfect for it. It was dead calm. There was nobody else around because there was a big TFR effect in effect over all of the other airports, and so it made it just an absolutely perfect day for it. The weather was perfect. So I went, and we had pre-planned a bunch of different flight paths for him and my altitudes and stuff like that. And I got really high up on one of these because that glacier, that iceberg there, this one here that we're flying around and over, the tip of that was 450 feet off the ground. It was so tall. And so I got to go up almost to 800 feet and be able to film down like that. It was really fun. It was interesting too. But it was a blast. I love the fact you can see the shadow and the reflection of his airplane in that lake. It was so much fun. And I chased him flying up the river a little bit. Which, doing stuff like this as a solo drone operator is much more difficult than you would think. Trying to keep a camera in, or an airplane in frame that's flying, he was flying about 45 miles an hour. So I had the drone on sport mode, just going as fast as I could go, which is about 44 miles an hour, to try and keep up with him as much as I could, which actually we're both surprised at how well the drone did keeping up with his airplane for a lot of these shots. And but yeah, chasing him down was, it was so much fun. An absolutely perfect day, which you don't get every day, but when you do, it's amazing. So, and this shot, that shot there, I wish I had gotten just a little bit more of him. I moved the drone too fast. I was trying to keep him in frame, and it was hard. So Rob, that was the Mavic Pro 2 or Mavic 2 Pro, and it did an absolutely phenomenal job keeping going. It did amazingly well keeping up with the airplane when we were first doing the shots. Because Keith can fly incredibly slow in that airplane. His stall speed is like 25 miles an hour, 28 miles an hour. And so we would set it up and have the drone going, and then he would come under, like that last shot where the plane flies right underneath and comes up. He had a predetermined altitude and path, and then he could go underneath it, find it in the sky, and then get as close as he was comfortable flying to the drone. And then, of course, through the magic of editing and shooting in 4K and all of that, it makes it look like it's really close. But he actually had to add power to catch up to the drone because I was bombing down just full speed. So I was going, 44, 45 miles an hour in most cases. And yeah, it turned out really good. It was really, really fun. I'm going to put that whole thing together and then give it to him so he can post it on his YouTube channel if he wants to, or Instagram or whatever. But the Mavic 2 Pro is an amazingly capable drone. So, and again, all of that was shot legally in uncontrolled airspace. The pilot and I were in radio communication, making sure that we had predetermined everything, pre-planned everything, and we knew exactly what was happening. So it was done safely and legally. But yes, it was really fun. So, hey, Lewis and Rob, thanks for the video tips on the Hero 7 Black. Awesome. Glad it did, man. That's good. Yeah, the Hero 7 Black, it does a good job. It's a great camera. It's just, yeah, it's really, really fun. So I I still like and use mine quite a bit. Especially if I'm going to be out doing something crazy or dangerous. As far as weather goes, I'll use the Hero 7 Black because I don't want a chance that one of my good camera will get busted. So, journeyman, impressive flying and shooting. Yeah, thanks. Man, when everything's moving that fast, when the drone is flying top speed and the airplane is flying that fast, and you're trying to both, fly the drone and then keep the airplane in sight, but you don't want to just do straight following shots or chasing shots. You're actually wanting to get some sideways motion and movement and stuff like that. Those kind of movements and shots get really complicated really quickly, and it happens incredibly fast. And so keeping up with it is like, yeah. But I think it turned out great. I've got to finish editing it down and condensing it down. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'll end up putting a video about that together. It'll probably be like editing drone footage type video or something like that I've been wanting to do. And I'll use a lot of that footage just explaining why I choose certain shots over other shots, because there were so many shots in there that were just no good, garbage, and there were other shots that were not bad, they weren't terrible, but they just weren't as good as others, and so kind of going through that sort of thing. So, Lewis, you're a noob and still learning. Hey, man, we're all still learning. Hopefully, we're all still learning. I think that's big part of what makes this stuff a lot of fun, is that we all get to learn as we go. So no worries and no shame there, that's for sure. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Fun day. I don't know. We've got a plan to go and try and do more of that in a different location that will be really insanely incredible. That was incredible too, but it's a matter of if the weather cooperates at the timing that we have available, cooperating all at the same time, we'll see. So yeah, just about done with my coffee. So just about done with the live stream. But as always, it's really fun to hang out. I stream every Saturday at this time, like 12 Eastern, something like that. Although I may start experimenting with different times to see if I can, it's an odd time. Middle of the weekend, or middle of the day for a lot of people. On the weekend, it's an interesting time. So may try doing more, like, for me it'd be late afternoon, early evening, night for most people. I might try and stream then and see how that works out. But one thing I've been trying to do is make sure that it's consistent, at least. And so if it's consistent, if I can do it consistently, then great. If I can't do it consistently, then there's really no point. So, but yeah, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me this morning. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, see, you're East Coast guy, 12:36. So that's I mean, it is what it is. So, but yeah, appreciate everybody hanging out. It's been fun. I got one more video on this guy here, Ronin SC, is going to come out in the next day or two. Basically doing a setup and walking through all of the different settings and apps and stuff like that. All the settings in the app, all the settings I use for motors, and how to set it up and balance it and stuff like that. So I'm going to hopefully shoot the rest of that today, and then post that maybe tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow if I'm lucky. And because I have family in town, so we've been doing a lot of other things. But it's looks like another beautiful, gorgeous day. Going to be another warm one. So yeah, it's exciting. But I'm going to wrap it up. Say thank you all for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Thanks for subscribing, for watching the videos, commenting, all of that. I love it. I appreciate it a lot. It's a lot of fun making videos here on YouTube that hopefully help you out. and at least give you something nice to look at while you're watching. So on that note, I'll say cheers, everybody. I will see you again next week, next week in the next video, and hanging out there next week, same time for a live stream. So Journeyman, yes, we do want to do the Insta361 on his airplane. We actually want to stick it out on a spar out in front of the airplane a little bit, but we just haven't had the chance to do that yet. So sometime soon. So, but cheers, everybody. I'll see you again soon in the next video.